which leads you to meditation, which easily leads you from the I am in the mind to the I am in the heart. Select such a picture if you can get for yourself. It is not for others to prescribe a picture to you. You have to try which picture leads you into meditation. See what color combination leads you to meditation. See what sounds lead you to meditation. And then take advantage of it and go into meditation. This is the third aspect which you want to practice. It is called in Sanskrit Abhimada Dhyana. Patajali advises Abhimada Dhyana also. A fourth practice which you have to do in yoga is the proper use of heart, words and deeds. This is the next thing to practice. Next thing means not one after the other, but they are to be practiced simultaneously. Because Patajali says that the life of human man is limited. The physical body lives only for a limited number of years. And you have to take advantage only when it is in perfect order. There is no use of beginning to practice yoga when the body has grown completely sick. So, begin to use words in a positive way. If your conversation encourages people, and if in no way your use of words discourages anyone, and if it does not insult anyone or excite anyone, then you are a yoga practitioner. So, begin to practice such a type of speaking. There should be something to know from your conversations. The other fellow should feel expansion of consciousness while you are speaking, and comfort and happiness while you are speaking. This is one aspect. Positive thinking is the second aspect. If anyone is at fault, immediately remember that you too are at fault sometimes. Then your nature of irritability gradually decreases. If you feel that someone is not good, if you want to speak of him bad, speak only to him and not to others. That too not in the presence of others. And with great love and compassion, call him into loneliness. Speak to him that he is wrong. Ask him, let him rectify. If you are mistaken and if you are wrong, ready to get rectified. A complex when other person finds out defects in you. This is what is called positive thought according to yoga practice. Never think bad of anyone, but talk to him if at all there is anything bad. Talk to him only in loneliness. You have no business to insult anyone or think bad of anyone. You should not have the habit of remarking bad about anyone or going on commenting something bad about anyone behind his back when he is absent. This nature should be erased from our nature. Then you are automatically positive in your thought. Then deed. If what you do can help others, then that is good. it causes happiness to others and satisfaction to others, which is not false satisfaction. And if it at the same time satisfies you also, then it is called a positive deed. So practice these three aspects. It is called in Sanskrit. The word tapas means purification. Sometimes it is wrongly translated as retreat and penitence. Penitence is different from tapas. Sometimes it is wrongly translated as penance. Penance is something different from tapas. Tapas is exactly what I narrated now, because that is how it is defined in the Bhagavad Gita and other texts. So you practice tapas, and then next thing to practice is daily read a few lines from any scripture you like. Let it be a very few lines, not many, because a speedy reading will never help you. If you read, love thy neighbor as thyself, let the sentence begin to live with you. Otherwise, you will begin to question who is a neighbor. You know, some fellow questioned Jesus Christ. Who is a neighbor? When Christ taught, love thy neighbor as thyself. A fellow asked, who is a neighbor? That means he wants to avoid. He is not ready to practice. What was the answer given by the Christ? He never gave an answer, but he gave a story as an answer. The story of the Good Samaritan. After the story narration is finished, he smiled and said, he is the neighbor. And he is the neighbor. So, we have to practice loving thy neighbor. Instead of reading the sentence and going to the next sentence, you can as well spend some more time on the same sentence. Let each sentence in the scripture be a magnet, and let you be a piece of paper. Let the touch be complete, because it is induction that is required, not understanding. There is nothing to understand in yoga practice, there is only something to do. Similarly, in the scriptures, there is nothing much to understand. There is much to assimilate and try to practice. So this is the next thing to practice while you are practicing yoga. Finally, there is one step which directly leads you to the yogic consciousness. That is called total surrender to whom? Ishvara. Ishvara. Who is Ishvara? The definition is, this is the reason why I gave so much of introduction before we started. The word Ishvara means love. Unless I give the introduction, we understand these things as something else. If the scriptures speak of the Lord, we mistake that he is existing somewhere else. So always there is a chance to mistake. Similarly, if you use the word Ishvara without introduction, and a fellow who knows Sanskrit immediately says, oh, Ishvara. And always there is God-like room in his heart. So, to protect ourselves from such a danger, I gave so much of introduction about the Lord and Ishvara. So, this is the most effective procedure to practice yoga. And how to do it? This fellow he is asked to make a total surrender to this fellow. But this fellow is too busy. He has many valuable things to do. He has many duties from morning to evening. Of course, he is trying to do it, but he has no time. So he lives on straight, he goes to the grave. Every day, he tries to begin the practice. Of course, I am very sincere in trying to begin yoga. But I have many things to do. Such is the foolishness of this fellow, which postpones the matter from time to time and makes the idiot to think that he has more important things to do. In the meanwhile, the body becomes old and there is arthros everywhere. Articulation is very bad. Alimentation decreases and blockages of elimination, and his address is changed to the cemetery. So, very difficult to get this fellow round to this how to make a total surrender. Let us clear off all the things we have to do. Let us complete our education and let us complete enjoying our sex life and let us retire from our active life, and then we have time to reach God. That is how this idiot begins to think. And straight the body goes to the graveyard. So don't listen to this fellow. Straight begin to practice. That is what Patajali says. So you should make a total surrender of this fellow to this fellow. And there is a process to make the fellow surrender. When you follow the process, the fellow is helpless. He cannot do anything except to follow the process. Such a process Patajali gives. He gives something about Ishvara before he gives us the key. This fellow, Ishvara, is free from all involvement. That is one of the traits of Ishvara. This fellow is involved in whatever he begins to do. Suppose I want to stay in Mali for 5 years, open a yoga school and begin to teach yoga to people for the benefit of this world. That is how every fellow thinks. And then I opened the yoga school. I wanted to do it for 5 years. After 6 months, suppose my guru comes and calls me, you follow me. Then this fellow is in great trouble. He is involved. He is the broker. So we are in such involvements in our life. The husband is involved with the wife and the wife is involved with the husband. And in the job, we are involved with the office. And in the business, we are involved with money and our liabilities and assets and accounts. And we are not ready. The fellow says, I am in great involvements. I have to clear off many things before I can take up yoga. But before he clears off, he dies. So, this fellow is free from all involvements. See how fearlessly he quits the body the moment the body is unfit. He is such an aristocrat. The moment the body is not useful, just comes out of it. Whereas this fellow, he weeps that he has to go out of this body. He says, Still, I have many things to do, but I am dying. So he dies weeping. Even though he is allowed to live in this body for 100 years, still the fellow is not satisfied. Still the fellow has something to do to his wife and children, or something to his money and property and houses. So he is damn afraid. He weeps. So every fellow is afraid of death. This fellow knows that there is no death. He can step out easily, and he knows that he is privileged to have a new and fresh body anytime. He knows that nature has given us death only to have a better body. So he is free from all involvements, free from afflictions. Nothing troubles him. This is another aspect. And with him exists all-knowing nature. Because he is light. He knows everything. This fellow has to learn everything, whereas this fellow knows everything. This fellow has learned one after the other. And this fellow knows everything simultaneously. Of course, we do not believe him so easily because we do not know him. We have to see for some time if the fellow really knows all these things. Unless we test him, we cannot believe him. But he is Lord. He has no business to allow you to test him. If you say, I don't believe you before I test you, he says, hang yourself. So he has no obligation with anyone. We have to make a compromise with him someday or other. And if at all we want to surrender to him, we have to make an unconditional, total surrender without knowing his greatness and without understanding him. He only goes into yoga who believes God without looking for the greatness of God. The fellow who wants a proof will live like a dog even for thousands of births and rebirths. Even then he has to surrender without a proof. Blessed are they who believe. That is what the Christ says. We should understand the meaning of it. And this is what Patajali says about the Lord. And finally he says, he is the Guru. And is then what about my Guru? He says, in your Guru also, it is the same fellow who is existing, don't worry. And even the Guru of your Guru also had the same fellow as his Guru. And the Patanjali says, he is the Guru of Gurus. It is not flattery or extolling, but it is a truth which should be properly approached and understood. And he says, he is the Guru of even the earliest Gurus of mankind. This is because even the earliest human being had this fellow in his heart. Because without I am consciousness, nobody lives on this earth. So if we can properly understand, there is only one Guru and no many Gurus. And there are many forms to the one Guru. And our Guru is one of those many forms. Just as when there are so many lights in this room, there are so many electricities. And like that. So, Guru is like electricity. And our Guru is like an electric light. This is what Patanjali makes us clear. Now, how to make a total surrender? He says, I say, know his call. Know how to call him. Ved who am the You should know the word that should be used to call him. You know, first there was the word.
Eerst was het woord.
Use that word and call him. And if it is the correct word, then you will understand that he should also call you by the same word. Here lies the one secret of all religions. Here lies the major key of yoga practice. What is the word you have to use? The word is known by this letter. We are not different how it is the word. Why it should be Om? Why it cannot be a tum or come? Come. Why not any other sound? But at the time being,
Maar in tussentijd,
we should understand, we should utter Om with our voice. And by doing so, we should listen to our own voice. This is the process. I am repeating once again. We should utter Om in a proper way, trained by one person, trained under one person. And while uttering Om, we have to listen to our own voice. Then this fellow, deze, begins to take his journey to this fellow. A peculiar change begins to happen when we utter Om, begin to listen to it.
En naar beginnen te luisteren.
We know that we are uttering it, but we come to know that we had the idea to utter it at first. Before the utterance, we had the idea to utter. And before the idea to utter, where was the idea that we should utter it? Suppose I felt I want to utter Om. Unless I think like that, I cannot utter. And before thinking like that, where was this idea? It is not there in me. But it came to my mind that I should utter. Where from it has come to my mind?
In mijn geest.
Can you think a little and tell me where from it comes to the mind? You see waves in the ocean. Before the wave begins to rise in the ocean, there was no wave, there was only ocean. And then a wave began to rise. Where was that wave before? Can you tell me?
Kunt u me dat vertellen?
From here it starts. Then we feel, let us utter. It is true with every sound we utter. Suppose I say, this is a watch. Before uttering it, in my mind I should say, this is a watch. And before I say in my mind, this is a watch, there was no idea in the mind at all. Suddenly it came there in the mind. Suppose I want to take this watch from the book. I should get the idea, I want to take this watch. Then only I can take it. But before I got the idea, where was the idea? Am I the master of that idea? Are you the master of your thought before your thought came to your mind? Here lies the secret of all secrets. Every minute, every second, thoughts are being granted from the I am in the heart. And then they are sent to this fellow. Then the fellow gets the suggestion. then only he has an idea to do something or not to do something. So, scientifically speaking, remember it is the Lord who is responsible for doing something or not doing something. It is the Lord who decides, not yourself, whether we wanted to gather here or not. It was the Lord who decided, not ourselves. Whether we wanted to go somewhere or not, it was the Lord who decided, not ourselves. But in our vanity, we are not ready to accept it. We feel that we are thinking our own thoughts. And we believe that these are our thoughts. No doubt they are our thoughts after they came to us. After we eat, it is our food. Before we ate, it belonged to the tree or the plant or the animal. The thought and word. This begins to dawn upon your mind when you begin to utter Om and listen to it. So you will start it as your call of the Lord. But you will understand that it is the call from the Lord. And at first you will think that you are calling him. But gradually you will understand that he is making you call him. Unless he makes you call him, you cannot call him. This secret will be given to you only when you utter Om and begin to hear it. That's why Patajali says his call is Om. This is what he said.
That is what I said.
It has two meanings. That is, if you want to call him, use Om. Then you will understand that he calls you and makes you call by that name. That is his call. So, this is the one practice you need to do. This is the main practice of the yoga practices. Without the uttering of Om, there is no yoga practice. But you have to know how to utter it. Because the meaning of Om is I am in the heart. So its meaning is our total life activity with all its aspirations and ideas and ideals. A true utterance of Om makes you involved into the Lord consciousness and gradually leads you to a total surrender. This is the only way to total surrender. Without this practice, if we want to make a total surrender, it will be only an idea that we have to do and we have to do. We find that the idea is living in us objectively and there is no subjectivity in it. Unless there is subjectivity, there is no truth. Meaning of I am is subjective and not objective. Can there be an I am outside ourselves? It is always a singular number and it is always subjective and not objective. That is why this is called the scripture of all scriptures. Scripture does not mean a book, but scripture means something about which the books are written. So it is called the scripture of all scriptures. Described as the only copy now in existence. I think there are some people who have read the book Secret Doctrine written by Madame Blavatsky. It says